Tonight, for the very first time, the story of an incredible rescue in the harshest conditions in Texas. A young woman found alive after 8 days alone in the wilderness of Big Bend National Park, saved by the very best trackers in the Lone Star State. Big Bend is twice the size of Houston, roughly 1,200 square miles with rough, dangerous terrain. It's where Christy Perry got lost hiking on a very foggy day. Our Anayeli Ruiz and photojournalist Sergio Soto introduce us to the team who tracked her.
Big Bend National Park, it's known for its natural beauty, rugged terrain, and stunning views.
Whole lot of land to get lost in.
And back in November of last year, that's what happened to a Houston area hiker.
We received a phone call from her family, indicating that she hadn't returned home.
25-year-old Christy Perry was reported missing on November 14th. Her family told park rangers Perry flew into Midland, rented a car, and drove to Big Bend on November 9th.
We realized that that individual probably had been lost for days before we even heard about it.
Border Patrol agents who live in the park remember the odd conditions of those rainy days here in the desert.
There came a fog came in, and it was pea soup. You could not see your hand in front of your face. I remember that day.
Perry, they say, found herself lost, ironically, in the Lost Mine Trail.
We were worried about the mortal safety of this individual.
Hey.
They called some of the best trackers around the state for help.
She can smell a lost person in the wind, and that could be several hundred yards away.
They searched through all types of terrain.
It's all, cliffs and drop-offs and brush and cactus and deep canyons.
We basically left up in the morning, and we didn't come down off the mountains until we were dead on our feet.
Looking for footprints or any clues to follow. They knew the clock was ticking because of the late start and even reached out for help from DPS trackers, some of the best in the country.
You guys are seriously the eye in the sky.
Yes, eye in the sky.
But the winds, they weren't helping the choppers get close to the mountain.
First 3 days I flew on that, we had 25, 30 knot gusts.
After 8 days missing, hope was scarce.
And all of us, to be honest, was thinking recovery. I mean, I hate to say that, but we were.
And then it happened.
They heard faint screams coming from a ravine and were able to locate her from that.
Crews were able to quickly get to her.
The first thing in my mind was, holy crap, there she is. She's alive, she's walking, and she is in remarkably good condition for being in the wilderness for a week by herself.
But she was in such a tough spot. They had to carry her to an area where the DPS chopper could safely pick her up.
It was a very challenging spot where we landed up there. I mean, everything about that mountain is challenging.
They flew her to Chisos Basin, a spot where Border Patrol paramedics evaluated her.
She was completely alert and oriented. She had all her facilities about her, and that was amazing.
Christy was found with a backpack, a small jacket, and a few water bottles. So how did she survive so many days and nights alone in the wild? Turns out the unexpected storm and fog was a curse, but then a blessing.
I was able to find a source of water in an area that typically does not have water.
She stayed put, and that puddle of water helped her get through it.
Never again. I'll never doubt human ability again.
Experts say Perry is very lucky she survived. They say what she did was smart. She stayed put. She waited for help, and most importantly, she found a water source in Big Bend National Park. Anayeli Ruiz, KHOU 11 News.